And I am here with Abby Hemingway here with Abby Hemingway, and she is from Jackshoot. And I am so excited to be here with you, Abby. And so we're at NAB. And what can you tell us a little bit about Jackshoot?
Yeah, so we're a small but mighty online broadcast facilities and services company from the UK.
Okay. And so we were talking a little bit yesterday about some of the cool projects that you've worked on. And can you talk a little bit about some of your favorites?
I don't want to sound like I'm,
Name
dropping too heavily, but yes, I have been very lucky to work with some amazing clients, including the royal family in the UK, and we covered the coronation with the royal household's communications team so that they could get the amazing event out on their YouTube channel, so it could be watched by people all over the world in the Commonwealth. So yeah, we've had some really exciting days at work and some really tough ones as well, because we were also involved in the Queen's funeral, obviously 6 months before that. But yes, we do lots of red carpet shows for the big events in the UK, like the Brit Awards and the BAFTA Awards. And then we help lots of other clients do live to Instagram, to TikTok, any social media platform that can take a feed, we'll do it. And then increasingly, we're starting to find our clients needing remote production solutions. So we're building facilities in London and in the Midlands in the UK, so we can go out into the field and help our customers capture their events or their content live, but deal with the production in a centralized workflow.
Yeah. I think what's so interesting about the work that you do, because you are looking at these different platforms that aren't traditional linear, right, in terms of like that broadcast live experience. And one of the things that I was talking to about with someone yesterday was that this is the first time in a very long time at NAB that there have been so many first-timers who've been coming to NAB. And I just feel like it's so much due to that convergence of all of these different streams that are available for people. And so the people that you would normally see at VidCon are looking at how they up their game. And I would imagine that's so much of what your work is focused on as well.
Absolutely. I think, it feels like everybody's a little bit later to the party than us, because we've been using IP workflows for broadcast workflows for about 10 years. And I know lots of other companies have been as well, but it really feels like the whole industry has finally woken up to the opportunity and the potential of those new technologies. And yeah, you're right, it's brought a whole kind of different audience to this show. It is my first time, but
What?
I've been talking to people, because it's a long way from London, but
that's true.
I've been talking to people about how it has changed over the years, and people who've been coming here for 35 years. I think, the insights are that, yes, the technology is just leveling the playing field for so many vendors that this is a critical event now for them.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you are a first-timer at NAB, and have you been to IBC before? Okay, so how are you finding NAB, like different or the same as IBC, or what are you finding different about NAB?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the people here have been super friendly. I mean, not that they're not in Amsterdam, but I must say it's a very welcoming place.
Yeah.
They do hospitality in Vegas, as I think everybody knows. So it's been fun. IBC is again a very similar vibe, and exciting opportunity to network and meet new people. But I've actually had the most successful trade show networking-wise this week than I've ever had before, and I don't know why that is, but it's just it's been a really great trip.
Oh, that's so
I'll
great.
probably have to come back now.
Both. Yeah. That's so great. Now, I think, it's interesting too, because I think not only are there a lot of first timers at NAB this year, but I think we're seeing that global presence even more. And maybe that is because the world is becoming a little bit smaller with just like all of these platforms that are available to us. And, how are you working throughout Europe? Are you working,
Yeah, we're a global operation, so we have clients that need us to operate, as I said, from remote locations. We've got clients that send us to Mexico, Bulgaria, Thailand. These are just events that we've been doing in the last few weeks. And we've done some really big events in the US as well. But we are traditionally focused in the UK and Europe. But yes, no, it's never a problem for our team to travel and go to those far-flung places.
Oh, that's so great. So what are you enjoying about NAB besides meeting the people? Have you seen any technology that you're curious about?
I've seen lots of technology I'm curious about. I think there's so many nuances as to the different offerings that are available. So it's been nice to walk around the stands and really get into the detail and try and work out the points of difference, because everyone spends a lot of time, preparing their stand and their materials. But it's my job to, ratify those solutions and make sure that when I'm handing them over to my clients, that, I can trust them. And so we're doing due diligence. We're, trying to find the best possible solutions at the right price. There's a lot of commercial talk here about, new pricing strategies and, ways for customers to switch from a CapEx to an OpEx approach. And, this is all kind of fueling, I suppose, this move to IP, in a big way.
Yeah, that's so great. And are you seeing, besides the move to IP, are you seeing any other trends in live content? Because I think, again, there's so much live content out there, and it's not just that traditional sense of live content, but it's also immersive and it's different and it's unique. And so are you seeing any new trends?
I am.
Can you speak to them?
Yes, no, I am seeing new trends. I'm seeing personalization. I think that's, kind of creating more personalized content is a really exciting development, because for so long the, traditional media has broadcast in one way to everybody. And I think now with these tools and with the way that people can, treat their content, it just means more content will suit more people, and it's just been possible to do it. It is now possible to do it where it wasn't financially viable before, or technically even possible. But I'd be remiss to stand here and talk about new trends without mentioning my experience at the Sphere the other night, which has been my highlight so far. And I was lucky enough to talk to the guys behind it on a panel on Saturday. And in terms of mind-blowing new developments in technology, the Sphere has kind of blown everybody out of the water. I mean, I know they're not technically part of this event, but it's been really fascinating hearing about how they've reinvented a brand new medium over there. And it's so great to see that at the top end of content production, like the really, really top end, expensive end of production, is still innovating and still creating something completely new. And the democratization of all the other content tools means that every other part of the market can innovate as well. So we're not just making content for phones, we're not just making content for TV. It's so adaptable now and so flexible. It's a good feeling, because we're right in the middle of what I think is a new revolution in content production.
Yeah, and it's very exciting. I mean, it's very exciting. The Sphere is very exciting. And so I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because, it is like the ginormous piece of technology that's different this year. Last year they were still building it. During NAB, you weren't here last year, but, we all got to see that it was being built. And so it's nice to finally, see it come to fruition. And it's just really exciting. So thank you so much, Abby, for chatting with us today. It was so great to hear a little bit more about live broadcast streams that aren't typical traditionally, so thank you.